Good morning, friends. Happy Monday. I was beyond with how much fun I had with the Galentine's event on Saturday. It was so much fun. I hope that you guys had fun, and I hope if you watched the replay, I hope that you really liked it. So we did a really fun Valentine's Day look that turned out really pretty, and I hope that it encouraged or inspired you to do your own Valentine's Day look. So the Valentine's event was so fun, and we just took it was 2.5 hours, and we just kind of took our time, and I built my palette, and so it was a really great time. So good morning, everybody. I'm so glad you're here. I'm gonna I want to do my makeup, and I want to I washed my hair this morning, but I'm trying to do this new thing where I let it dry, air dry a little bit, and then blow dry it so that it doesn't have to be under the heat as much. But the blow dryer that I use is it really does, it's heat damageless, it's damageless heat. It's really good. It's really cool. So I'm using, so I usually use the Elastin SPF, but I'm using this under my makeup. This is the Glow Screen SPF 40 by Supergoop. I got this at Ulta. Ulta, by the way, if you didn't hear yet, Ulta gave me a storefront. So if you want the link to my Ulta storefront, just type the word Ulta and it should automatically send it to you to your DM. But so Ulta gave me a storefront. They're like, hey, do you want to partner with us? And I'm like, heck yeah, Ulta has good stuff, right? And so, so I was like, yeah. So this is one of the products that I bought whenever I did my Ulta haul. And so I was using the Elastin, which I still have some to go through, some of the Elastin to use. So I'll use the rest of it. But I know that a lot of people wanted a more affordable option for an SPF. And so this one is really good. So the Elastin is like cosmeceutical grade skincare, but the Glow Screen is really nice. This color is called Sunset. So this is an SPF, lightly tinted, lightly glowy, but it's SPF. SPF nonetheless, SPF 40. So I'm using it, and so far I really like it. So it's called the Glow Screen. So just comment Ulta and it'll send you the link to it. Also, we have a lot to talk about today, you guys. So first of all, I forgot to pin this comment. If you want to get a color match to the makeup I use, just comment the word match, and then I'll send you my color match form and all the things. But Saint actually just released the Cozy collection today. So they're doing shades of the quarter. If you were here last year, they did shades of the season for lippies. Now they're doing quarterly shades of the season for eyeshadows. So they're taking the advent calendar from last year, and they're taking 3 shades at a time, so 3 shades per quarter or per season, and they're releasing them with a brush cleaning tile and a little quad palette. And so this one is called the Cozy collection. And so that's going to be really fun too. So if you want the new Cozy collection that dropped today, just comment the word Cozy. Okay. So comment Cozy for that. And then otherwise just comment match. But I'll show you that in a minute. Also Saturday I was in freaking Denver, and it was snowing, and it was so cool because I never, ever get to see snow. I've never seen regular snow, active snow falling down. And so that was really cool. So really neat. But because I was traveling, I didn't have my timer. And so we were there for 2.5 hours, and everybody's going, where's the timer? Where's the timer? And so people were keeping track for us. So anyways, I got this timer on Amazon, and just, it's every 15 minutes, it's ding, ding, ding. And then you drink your water. Till May-ish. Wait, what, Lynn? Say that again? Yeah, comment Cozy for the new collection. But in the meantime, let's just do our regular makeup, and we can talk about whatever. I'm bottle feeding a baby calf and learning about makeup. My life is about to. Oh my gosh, Leslie, will you have to take a picture and send it to me. It will be till May-ish. Will it be till what do you mean May? So these colors are available now, and then the new shades of the season will release January, February, March, April, May, June. So that's right. Melissa, don't you love the timer? It really does. And then when the timer goes off here, everybody drinks, and your coffee does not count. You have to drink water too. And not just one little sip. Like, you have to drink water until you feel like you're going to puke, or until you get like a head cold. Okay. So let's start with our makeup, and then we'll go to the eyeshadow. I don't know. Hey, Emily, can you look and see how much the Cozy collection is? I don't know. I guess I should have looked at that first. I'm really sorry. But I think it's 40 something. I don't remember. Feels like a grown-up college game. It really is. It really is. Like a whatever. Because I have to wait at least a month. Oh yeah, Lynn, it should still be available. Can you drink a Parkdale strawberry milkshake for me? Yes! Madison, oh my gosh, my grandma used to actually work at Parkdale Farms. So if you guys don't know, I'm from a town called Plant City. We call it Itty Bitty Plant City. And we're known for our strawberries. And so we have like the strawberry festival or whatever. And so Parkdale Farms is like this family-owned farm. They grow a bunch of strawberries. And so it's just all strawberries. And right now it's strawberry season. And the colder it is, the better the strawberries. And it hasn't been very cold, so I'm not sure. It's $49. Thank you, Lynn, for looking that up. Okay, so the Cozy collection, the 3 advent calendar shades, and then the palette and the brush cleaning tile is $49. Thank you so much. Hi, Lindsay. So good to... Lindsay, I need to send her the mascara trio collection. Lindsay, I just got it in the mail. I'm going to send it to you. Lindsay Bolter. She's gonna, I use the DIY lashes, and so I have a couple of my customers that I wanted to try the new Saint mascaras, because I don't know, I'm not gonna be like, look how great this is, and I'm not even trying it. So y'all know I'm honest about that stuff. Okay, so let's do our makeup. I did this in the airport yesterday when I was traveling, and I just did it really fast. Usually I do the thing where I put on like the contour first, and then the brightening highlight, and then my main shade. But yesterday I was in the airport, and I just took my big blush and bronzer brush, and I'm going to show you how I just tapped into my main foundation shade. So this is my main shade. This is Golden Hour, and I'm using I just put these on this morning. My best friend does custom press-on nails, so these are 2 different sets, but these are really, really pretty. It's Tiffany, or my friend, her name is Tiffany, but it's Nail Junkie 615, and she does custom. You got it, Lindsay. Yeah, it was a big order, so it took a while, but I finally just got everything in the mail, and then I was out of town this weekend, so that's coming your way. Okay, so I just tapped into my main, like, foundation shade, right? So when you comment the word match, then it'll send you my thing to get color match, then you send me your picture. So what I do is I take this color and just lightly kind of dust it all over. Yeah, that's her, Nail Junkie 615, and she does custom press-ons, and they're super affordable too. Like, some of the ones I've seen are they're very they're very kind of expensive, but she does a really good job, and you just like brain dump your ideas to her, and she can do whatever you want. Basically, it's really cool. So I am using this main shade. I swept my brush into it, and normally I just do my like one shade at a time, like my contour first and then my brightening highlight. This shade Lindsay, you know what? I haven't. I really should though. That would be kind of nice. But Tiffany does it on her page. If you follow her on Nail Junkie 615, she does prep tips. But I think I might have done one, but I can do another one because that's really smart. So I'm taking this main shade and just kind of dusting it all over. What I want to point out, number 1, is that this color on my skin, it doesn't look like it matches, but as I melt it into my skin, you see that it blends out much more sheer. So this isn't like liquid foundation that you're just like painting your face with, but I'm just sweeping this all over, kind of pressing and sweeping. They just stay. I literally have to remove mine after 3 weeks when I'm ready for a new color. Mine don't come off. Yeah, she'll send the little presser, the pusher stick that has like the cuticle pusher or whatever. So you can push back your cuticles, and she'll send you like a glue, and she'll send you obviously your whatever nails you order. Hi, Gina. Yeah, she'll send you instructions too. She's really, really good. You literally just tell her like, whatever your theme is, like Wizard of Oz or whatever, and she'll do a whole Wizard of Oz set. It's wild. Okay, so I'm taking that that main shade and I'm just putting it all over. Okay. So just kind of dusting. This is not, you can build this to be full coverage, but if you do your makeup this way and you do the main foundation or the main highlight color, the foundation shade, if you do that first and you're still, hey Jen, it's so good to see you. And you're still going to highlight and contour, do this really lightly. So what'll happen is with this makeup, it's not like your liquid foundation. By the time you're done with this makeup, it will look more full coverage than you anticipated. So if you're like, oh, that doesn't seem like a lot of coverage, give it 5 minutes, because as it melts into your skin, the finish kind of changes a little bit. So I just took my main shade and just lightly dusty all over, right? So I'm just like pressing it into my skin. How do you cover a Big Bertha? Oh, we all know what Big Bertha is. So if you have a pimple that's red and swollen and it's really distracting on your face, instead of putting like a concealer shade or something to like, lighten it up, if you use a color corrector, so these cream correctors, I'm gonna sneeze. Now that I said that.
Stare at the light.
Now that I said that, I'm not gonna sneeze. I was gonna sneeze and then I said it. I ruined my own sneeze. I ruined my sneeze. These color correctors. So usually when we have a red pimple, you know how they say like green cancels red. And so you would think like maybe a green color corrector or whatever. When we're color correcting something like a red pimple, usually it's not red. Usually it's violet. So we need yellow instead. But just send me a picture of it and I'll tell you like what to get for next time or whatever. But usually you want something yellow to cover a pimple like that. And you just take like a small little brush like this one. It's the spot brush. And you just dabby on the pimple and it'll cancel out the color. So it's not going to like remove the texture or whatever, but it'll make it appear like it's not as obvious. So, okay, here's my main foundation shade dusted all over, right? One thing about this makeup is you can still see your skin. See how it's like coverage and it evened my skin tone, but you can still see my skin. It's not like cakey layers, right? So I've done my main foundation shade kind of all over. I very rarely do I do my makeup this way, but I like to kind of try and show different ways. Okay, so main foundation shade. You can see that it's melting into my skin. It's not cakey. Why do the color correctors intimidate me so much? Because it's makeup. Makeup intimidates everybody. You ain't alone. Don't worry. But that's what I'm here for. That's why I put my phone number. When you text me and say, hey, I just need a color corrector, I'll help you figure out what colors to use. But also, if you're intimidated by the color correctors, they can be tricky. Like if you see blue, like you see this blue right here in my inner corner, it doesn't make me too self-conscious. So I don't worry about it a lot. But a lot of that is blue. And so you need like an orange color corrector, right? So I might take a cream corrector like this orange color. Light blue, light orange, orange cancels blue, whatever. But some of that is actually purple. So then I need the yellow. So sometimes it can be a little biatch. Do you know what I mean? I don't mean to say that. I'm sorry for cussing, but it can be a little biatch. So don't worry if it's a little intimidating. And then once you realize what the color is, then you'll understand like what to use to cancel it out. So, okay. So that's my main shade, kind of dusted all over. Now I'm going to use my contour shade. And again, I did this yesterday in the airport. This is a super light coverage. I took the same brush. I just try one, and if it doesn't make it better, I try another one. Yeah, that's kind of what you have to do. And also, it's filtered through your skin, so you might be like, oh, that's blue, but really it's purple. And even things like this sunspot, age spot, and you're like, oh, drink your water. You're like, oh, that's brown, it's actually green. Everybody drink your water. I know some of y'all are just sitting there looking at me. Drink your water. This is how we hydrate. Hi. I traveled this weekend and I did not do enough hydrating. Excuse me. Okay. I just used my same brush because I was doing a little bit lazy. And I kind of squoze it like this and tapped it into my contour shade. So I'm still going to get my contour. So I just like tap it in there like this. And then just kind of stamped it around my face. So this is kind of like feeling a little lazy. I was in the airport. I wasn't trying to get all wild. Like I just wanted to put on a quick face. So I did my foundation or all over shade. Then I just popped on my contour. Tap. And then blend up to Jesus, up to Jesus, up to Jesus. Super, super fast. Really, really easy. That's another thing I like about this makeup too, is that once you do it once or twice, you're like, I'm a makeup artist. Like, I'm a pro. And it's really cool. And sometimes some people might take a little bit longer, but once you get it, you're like, yeah. Altitude sickness. Yeah. Yes. And I was in Denver. And so it was a little bit more like, it was, what did they say? Like 18 miles above sea level or something ridiculous. Yeah, don't bend the bristles. Don't try to drag, like mash your brush and like drag your makeup. You just kind of tap and like do little blendies up to Jesus. Blendy up to Jesus. Just kind of tap around. So now I'm contoured. So now I did my main shade. Now I did my contour. Then I took my bronzer, which the contour kind of goes like here to create like shadows and dimension and shape. And then I take my bronzer. Hold on, there's a hair. I forgot to reset the timer. Mile High City. Wait, is it 1 mile? Wait, Denver is 1 mile. Denver is the Mile High City? Because I've heard of that, but I didn't know it was Denver. That's kind of cool. It was so cool. The snow fell down from the sky. I've never seen snow falling from the sky. It was so cool. It was really neato. Okay, so now I'm going to take my bronzer. So cool, gray, ashy to create the kind of like the shadows or whatever. Now I'm going to use my bronzer. And I was so lazy in the airport, so this is exactly what I did. I was listening to the Dating Detectives. I saw the caption of garage sale and was like, oh, you posted that, but more details. Yes. So the, I did on the podcast this morning, we were talking about the case that I posted, the last PI story I can legally tell you, but I went into detail about the rest of the story. Oh, okay. That's so interesting. I always heard of it, but I didn't know that's what that was. Okay, so this is my bronzer, and I'm just tapping this on the high points of my face, and then just like pressing in to get it nice and blendy. And then, so this is kind of like, I'm showing y'all how I literally slapped on all willy-nilly my makeup in the airport yesterday. So this is kind of not how I normally do it, but I was being lazy and I wanted to do it quickly. And this is, I mean, it doesn't not look good. You know what I mean? I love minding other people's business. You can get down some rabbit holes of comments. You really can. Happy Monday, girly. Hey, friend, I love your name, Pop-Tart Mommy. I love that. And also, Pop-Tarts are delicious. Pop-Tart Mommy. Okay, so this is my bronzer. Okay, so I did my main foundation shade, just kind of dusted it all over. Then I squoze my brush like this, and then I just pop right in my contour, pop, stamp it on the face, and then I squoze it again, tap in my bronzer, tap, blush, or blend with the blush and bronzer brush. I'm so silly. Also, my self-tanner has faded a little bit, so we will just do our best to blend it. I started listening to the new Dating Detective episode, but I fell asleep. Oh, I'm sorry. Was it too boring for you? I'm just kidding. The episode today was the more details about the lady who tried to ruin my surveillance at the freaking garage sales. Okay, so I just kind of dusted the bronzer all over. So now I have my foundation shade, and then I did my contour and my bronzer. It's not super full coverage, but you can build it. But by the time I'm done with this, it's going to look full coverage, and you're going to be like, oh, we really don't have to do layers. So my goal is to help you feel more confident with your makeup without all the layers. A lot of times we're just like, if you're anything like me, you're like, makeup is a mask. And then you just do layers. And you start to like, that's what you become confident in. But I want you to become confident in less layers, just a few more colors. Oh, well, no wonder, because it's like the middle of the night, you're trying to listen to the podcast. Okay, so I did my foundation, and then I did my contour, then I did my bronzer. Now I'm going to do what you did to your face. Oh, it's not that bad. Like, it only takes like 7 to 10 days to heal. And then, but my skin, like, I've been really working on my skin for like the past, like, I guess almost 3 years. And it's between the SPF and this stuff also has a little glowiness in it, so it helps a little bit. I use this kind of as a primer, but between the SPF and between the hydration and all the things, your skin will look phenomenal. But it really is worth it. I did what's called a cool peel. So it's like a laser, and it lasers off like the top layer of your skin, and then whenever it does that, it forces all the collagen and elastin to like rush in droves to your face. And so all of that dead skin from like the lasering is replaced with like brand new skin. And it's really, really beautiful. It really does help the texture and just helps you kind of get a little bit more of a glow. So I really do like that procedure. It is really worth it. Especially if you're like me and didn't take care of your skin for 40 years. And I'm just trying to reverse the damage. You can ask PI questions. I like PI questions. Okay, so I did my foundation shade, and you can even use a fluffier brush in your foundation shade and just sweep it all over. This is very, very this is kind of how I want you to use this makeup. Like, treat it like a powder. So if you're dusty, sweepies, that's kind of how you want to apply your makeup. Yeah, kind of I think it's kind of like a chemical peel. I don't know or like what the exact names of them are, but the first time, so Marlo, I did 3 different treatments. The first time it did peel, and then you just like over time, like it exfoliates. And by the third time, so it was over a year and like 2 or 3 months. And by the time I did my third treatment, it was peely, like more flaky. But now it's really just like super hydrated. Without your blacked out car. So I'll be honest with you. I've been doing surveillance for like 20 years. And so I happen to know that like you can do surveillance on a skateboard if you wanted to. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, you don't have to have blacked out windows. It's not necessary. Like, it is, especially here in Florida, number 1 with the heat. And number 2, if you're excessively on surveillance for like long hours, and people are going to be just like looking at you. So you want you want people to not know that you're in the car. And so for safety or whatever, but if I'm in a car without blacked out windows, you just kind of make it work. Like, it's not super serious. Do you know what I mean? So it's fine. Okay, so now I want to do a little bit of blush. So I did my foundation shade, my contour, my bronzer. Notice I haven't done my brightening highlight yet. I'm going to do that last because I noticed that when I do a lighter kind of coverage and then I do my brightening highlight last, it really helps to pop a little bit. So I kind of like that. Thank you, Tiffany. She did it again. Sent me another set. Is your car running the whole time? Here in Florida, especially in summer, my car runs all day. You'll die. You will die. You need air. Unless it's cold out. If it's like cold out or like first thing in the morning, then it feels good and like you don't need the car running. But during the day, that sun hits you, forget it. You need the car running. Okay, so I'm going to do a little bit of blush. I'm going to take my same brush, just like before. I squeezed it. I'm going to squeeze it. I'm going to use nude, so I'm just going to like tap it in my blush. And I'm going to pop on the backs of my cheekbones. And then just like tap to press it in, blendies. Just like so. A little bit of dusties. So that's my blush. So my foundation, my contour, my bronzer, my blush. We'll do the lippies, which is this dark, scary. Is this one Ever Red or Royal? That one's Ever Red. I don't want Ever Red. I mixed them up. Hold on. I really like Royal. I think that Royal is a really pretty color for like, I think that Royal is a really pretty, kind of tricky color too. Like, she looks really dark. Bertha wrapping. Bertha's wild. Bertha is the neighborhood, like chit chat. Like, whatever. Gossip saves lives. Okay, this one is Royal. Yeah, there we go. That one's Royal. And I want you to see. This is that dark Royal color. So I did nude on my cheeks, then I did Royal on my lips, and then I like to top it with this Sunshine State color, which is kind of like a shimmery. These colors are really nice. Just comment the word match and I'll tell you what shades to get, and then you can build your own custom palette. But this is what I love about this makeup, is that it's like you can wear it really light, you can build it up, so it's super buildable, but by the time you finish it, you're not gonna need them heavy crazy layers, which is another reason that like I recommend this for all ages, even mature skin. Like the more mature skin you have, the more I recommend this makeup, because it doesn't settle in your lines and wrinkles and still gives you a really pretty glow, really pretty coverage. Okay, so same thing. I'm gonna take my, now that that's done, Sunshine State and La Cienega. Yeah, I have both of those. Let's see. I think they're in here. So La Cienega is not as shimmery. Hold on. This one's La Cienega. See how she has a little bit of a sheen? So that's La Cienega. And then Sunshine State is the one that I just put on my lips. So that's La Cienega and that's Sunshine State. And then, yes, Royal and Black Cherry. The Royal and Black Cherry both look really dark. One has a more berry and one has a more plumish berry. Hold on. So this is Royal. This is the one that I wear every day. And Black Cherry is kind of the same. Dark, but not dark. So Royal is this one. She's a little bit more red. Whereas Black Cherry, she's a little bit more plummy. So that's Royal, that's Black Cherry, Sunshine State, and La Cienega. So these two, Royal and Sunshine State, are the ones that I have on my lips together. So I do Royal and then Sunshine State. And then these two, Black Cherry and Royal. So that's what, when you see, if I match you to one of these, that's what, they're not dark. I promise they're not as dark. I try to have fun with it, but I was trying to explain how like they're not as dark as you think. And so when you're looking at them in the pan, it's like the school bully going like, meet me at the flagpole after school because I'm going to fight you. And you're like, well, I don't want to be like a pussy and like not show up. So I'm going to show up, but I'm still scared to death. Like, I don't want to fight this school bully, right? She looks really mean and she's big and bad. And then like you put her on and like you blend her into the skin and then she's not as bad. And so she's like, I'm sorry. I didn't mean what I said. And then now you're besties because she talk a lot of crap, but she don't say very much. And so she shows up at the flagpole and you were really scared. And then she showed up and was like, I'm just kidding. I'm really sorry. And then y'all were best friends. That's how I look at these shades. That's how dark they are. They look so scary. And then you put them on and they ain't nothing. So anyways, that's how I like to kind of look at those colors. Okay, so now that I did the rest of my face, I'm going to do my concealer shade. And sometimes by doing the concealer shade last, it just pops a little bit more. So I'm just going to use my finger and tap my concealer shade right in my inner corners. And just like in this T-zone, right? So we're still Scuba Steven. We're still using Scuba Steve, right? I'm doing it in a different order than I normally do, but this is still Scuba Steve. So we're still putting on our scuba goggles and the brightness is still in the scuba goggles. I'm just doing it a little bit different because when you do your concealer last, it just kind of, for me, it just seems to pop a little bit more. See what I mean? It just like, it brightens a little bit. And then just use your brush and just tap, tap, tap. I just used one brush for my whole face. Like, it's fine. The colors don't get all crazy and wild. And then I'm just using the residue left on my brush to just kind of dust over my eyelids for like a little base for my eyeshadow. I know, Rachel, me too. I love that movie so much. And then Saint posted the new ski theme new releases, and they're like, the new release is ski theme, and then she's wearing like the ski goggles, and one of my customers was like, you got Scuba Steve and they got Skiing Scott, and I just thought that was so funny. I'm gonna squeeze this brush again and I'm gonna contour my nose. Just tap into my contour and I'm just gonna hug at that line pretty lightly. Boop, boop, boop. Add a little structure to the nose. Tappy tap, tappy tap. Nothing crazy, y'all. It don't have to be freaking wild. So I just take this, see that line that the light creates, and I just like to hug it. So you just kind of come like right next to that line, and it creates like a really pretty contour. Nothing crazy. And then you just like tap it in. Just tappy tap. Nothing crazy, nothing crazy. Just tappy tap. A little bit of structure. And then just tap everything in to blend. just a really pretty finish. Like, no matter how you do your makeup. And you do it however you want. Like, I ain't your mama, saint ain't your mama. So whenever you comment match and like you do your color match form, I'll match you to the shades. But at the end of the day, you're building your own palette. I'm going to do a little bit of illuminator. So this is the rose gold color that I love so much. See how she's, I got fuzzies. See how she's like, oh, shimmery, but it's very, very sheer. So whenever you're just using it's just the hue of the pigment. You're not actually like applying this color like to your face. It's just like it's just a shimmer. So it's very sheer. Drink your water. Everybody, 15 minutes, drink your water. See what I mean? And 15 minutes goes by so fast you don't even realize it. So you don't realize how much water you're not drinking. Until you have me and this timer annoying you all day with it. Drink your water. Hydrate, hydrate. Okay, so then I'm going to use my setting powder. That same brush. I ain't switched brush. I'm just using the same brush because this is like lazy style. This is what I did in the airport. Pick up a little bit of that setting powder. See how it doesn't even, I use the same brush on my cream makeup and then I put it in my powder. It's not transparent. It's fine. I drink the bubblies, the can bubble water. And I don't know what flavor it is. They're all the same to me, but my husband calls it TV Static. He's like, if TV Static had a flavor, it would be your bubble water. And I'm like, don't judge me. They can think you're crazy, but you're going to be hydrated and crazy. They think you're crazy for using a timer. You're going to be hydrated and crazy. It's fine. Just pick up. When's the timer go? If I use Aspen to cover a pimple, when do I use it? At the end. So Aspen is a color corrector for red. So you can use it at the end. Like, I feel like if you're going to do a lot of blending and like moving makeup around your face, probably wait till the end. But if you just want to like walk out the door, but you just want it less red, then just tap the Aspen on and just be done with it. Do you know what I mean? So, but to avoid blending it off, I would do it at the end. And then also you're using very like less product because the rest of your makeup will also cover it. And so then whatever still shows through, you can cancel out instead of trying to like cancel it out and worried about it. And then, you know what I mean? That's why I always say do your makeup first and then color correct, but you can do it pretty much however you want, I suppose. Okay, so now I want to show you the new, hold on, I want more bronzer. I'm sorry. I'm going to use my Fluffy and I'm tapping into my bronzer more. I'm sorry. I love bronzer. I just love the bronzer. I just love bronzer. It's fine. You look a little less dead. Like you actually look like you went outside in the sun and like explored fresh air. I didn't, so we're gonna look like it. Okay, so actually, hold on real quick. I'm gonna do where's my favorite? Oh, there she is. I was missing my brow pencil. My brows. I'm gonna tap in my brows real quick. I like the Benefit Goof Proof brow pencil. She's my favorite, and I just use her to kind of like, do this first real quick. I just kind of sweep in, like, I don't draw a whole new ass eyebrows. I just kind of like fill in a little bit. Oh, did you listen to the new podcast episode? You guys, if you're not listening to my podcast yet, it's called The Dating Detectives. It's actually really good. And I told one of my PI stories today, except it was one that I told here on my social media, but the part I told on the podcast was the part I didn't tell here on my social media. Like, everybody was like, wait, can we have more? And I was like, you guys really want to know? Like, all right, I'll tell that story. So I did. It's pretty funny. But normally we have some pretty amazing guests that come on and share their stories of what we call dogfish, which is like liars, con men, cheaters, scandals, things like that. We had a week where we had sun, but this week is going to be dreary, rainy, and cold. It is bright and sunshiny here, and I got off the plane yesterday and I was like, hallelujah, it is sunshine o'clock. Like, it is sunshine degrees outside. I was so excited because it was like 20 degrees where I was, and it was wild. Tiffany, I use shade 2.5. I recommend going into the store to buy it, but use a shade lighter than your brows. So if you just for reference, I use shade 2.5. So I can probably help you. Send me another picture. Or I can probably just go look at your video and tell you. But It's called the Benefit Goof Proof Brow Pencil. It's on my Ulta storefront. Type the word Ulta and it'll take you to my Ulta storefront. Ulta gave me a storefront. But anyways, it's called the Goof Proof Brow Pencil. So it's like, it's the easiest one because it's not too creamy. So it doesn't just like get everywhere, and it's really light and feathery. I really like the formula of it. Okay, I'm going to take my setting powder real quick and dust over my lids to give a little base for my eyeshadow. And I want to use, so the new collection that came out today that Saint released is the Advent Calendar shades, but it's the Advent Calendar shades. There's 3 of them, so they're doing 3 at a time. So this is Shades of the Season. Favorite non-Saint makeup brands. So like foundations and stuff, or like just the extras. Because if I'm being totally honest, after using Saint, I wouldn't recommend any other foundation. I tell you what I used to use. I used to use the Maybelline Fit Me. And then I realized that it was like not as great. So I really like the Benefit brow products. I like the Benefit brow products. I like the, what else do I like? There's little things here and there I find, like the Stila liquid eyeliners, like the colorful liquid eyeliners. But there's a bunch. Just look at my Ulta storefront. You'll see all of my favorites there. The Supergoop Glow Screen for under my makeup. This is an SPF. They have a lot of really good products. Like, I just don't, just the foundation and concealers and all that. I can tell you what I used to use, but it ain't Saint. Okay, so Winterberry is one of them. These are all shimmers, and some of them were marbled and some of them were solids, but I feel like the marbled ones looked really ugly, but they're really pretty. Yeah, Mandy, I really liked the Maybelline Fit Me, and it seemed like a good price or whatever, but even after I started with Saint, I cheated. Like, I went back to that makeup and I was like, let me just see, because there's no way. So I was like using Saint and I was like, let me try my old stuff again. And I was like, oh, and it wasn't until I switched from my old makeup to Saint, I was like, okay, Saint's really nice. And then tried the old stuff again and I was like, whoa. So try it. You'll see. Okay, so this is Winterberry, Ember, and Cashmere. And this is the new Cozy collection that just dropped today. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I'm down 168 pounds. It's crazy. Okay, so this new Cozy collection comes with this palette, this little quad palette. And it comes with Winterberry, Cashmere, and Ember. And this is what they look like. Winterberry, Cashmere, Ember. No, Winterberry, Ember, Cashmere. And they look a little bit crazy, but whenever you actually put them on, they're not. So I want you to know that about all the colors, the lip and cheek colors, the eyeshadows, and this is a brush cleaning tile. So when you're in between colors, you can swirl your eyeshadow brush in it and it'll pick up any of the excess powder and like pull it off so that you can go into the next shade. So comment Cozy if you want the link directly to this, but you can also comment the word match and it'll do like I'll send you your color match form and all that jazz. So I want to do an eyeshadow look, but I want to use these so I can show you. So let's do it. So what am I wearing today? I'm wearing light purple. All right, let me start with this color called Mama. And we're just going to dust her all over. Mama is this really pretty, like light mauve pink. We dust her all over the lid. I'm just using the eyeshadow brush. I'm just going all over. Okay. I'm building Mama up a little bit because I really like her. And she's really light, so she's easy to play with. Okay, so I just built up this Mama color a little bit. Now let's do something with a really pretty, like... Was this one Sedona? I think this one is Sedona. No, that's Zion. This one is called Zion. That one right there. She looks like a reddish brown a little bit. And I'm going to put her in the outer corner. Tippy tip tip. And just kind of deposit the pigment, and then I'm just like kind of tapping all around, right? Really pretty, really pretty. Some of these colors are just absolutely gorgeous. Like you see them in the pan and you're like, meh. And then you put them on your face and you're like, holy buckets. That's why I always say, get a scary color. Like any eyeshadow color or blush or lip color and you think it's scary, try it. Because you will be so surprised. And you'll be like, holy bananas. That's actually really nice. Then it builds your confidence that way. Okay, so that's Mama. And then I did Zion. And then I'll do a little bit of Revival. This one's darker. So I'm coming on just the edge of my bristles. Because I want to go really light. And now I'm going to pop this just in that outer corner. Revival is like a brownish kind of purple. But we're going to go real light with her. See how I just put her on the tips of the bristles and then just tap her right into the skin? Right into that outer corner? And then kind of pull it up onto the lid a little bit. So you don't have to get a whole lot. Just like light on the side. Tappy, tap, tap, tap. Tap and blow. She's just on the edges. And then I'm just tapping that right there in that outer corner. That's how you keep from looking like you got a black eye. Is you just keep all the pigment right there in one area. And then just like kind of tap around it. So you're not spreading crazy like loose powder everywhere. And you just, that's the key, is just lightly tapping it. And then I'm going to bring this one up a little bit. Okay. So those are my colors today. So we're going to use I used Mama on the base, and then I did Zion, and then I did Revival. That's really pretty. Okay, so now let's use one of our, hold on, this one a little bit darker. I have OCD. We got to make them even, or else I won't be able to sleep. Okay. All right, so now we're going to use one or two of these. Let's try Ember. Ember's really pretty, and I'm going to use her and put her on my finger like this. She looks really intense, but she's not that bad. So when you apply a shimmer and you use your finger as a stamp, it kind of gives you the payoff of that pigment more, right? So you get a little bit more payoff, whereas if you use a brush, it'll be a little bit lighter. So that's that Ember color. That's so pretty. Thank you, Tiffany. It's practice, practice, practice. And wearing the scary shades that you think you can't wear. And then when you put them on, you're like, huh, how about that? That Ember color is really pretty. See how it looks like super intense and you're like, whoa, like I can't wear that. But look how nice that is. It's not that bad. Like it's not as scary as it looks. And then even like the pink Winterberry color. So like this color here, if we can even put her, see how she looks scary? Let's add a little bit of pink to this look, just on the middle of the lid, under the crease. Even that's really pretty. So these colors are not super scary. You just have to be willing to try them. Like you have to be willing to, like, don't let it whip up on you. Do you know what I mean? Oh yeah, that's real pretty. I just added a little bit of pink to that like coppery. Real nice. Shannon, girl, they were trying to explain Taylor Swift's husband, boyfriend, whatever he is, partner, whatever, I don't know, to me, and what he does. His job is the linebacker, or what's it called? I'm panicking. The tight end, thank you. The tight end fella. And I was like, they all got the tight end, you know what I'm saying? Pickety plow with them little football pants. Anyways, and so whatever. I'm not objectifying them, but they're wearing tight pants, it's fine. Anyways, yeah, the tight end. And so they're trying to explain it to me. They're like, he catches the ball. And I'm like, don't they all supposed to catch the ball. That's how you win a game. It was very confusing, and I would like to not ever participate ever again, but it's fine. Yeah, so it was a wild ride. Hold on. Okay, so I'm going to take, let's do, oh, that's the drink the water. That's the drink the water sound. Drink your water. I'm going to take a little bit this Zion color, just a tad tiny bit, and just like do right here. Just a little do right here. Just right there, just to create a little bit of a drama. I told her it was dumb and that I just hope both teams. That's what I said. I just hope both teams have fun. And then my husband comes in with, I think he said it was a hockey team, and he said something about the Flyers, the Philadelphia Flyers or Pittsburgh Flyers or something. And I was like, so who are the Flyers? And then I'm like, who are they playing against? And then he said the Kansas City Chiefs. And then he said the whatever Eagles or Birds or whatever. And then I was like, there's 3 teams. And then I was like, how many teams are playing? And so then I'm like trying to math and I'm like, carry the one, like it didn't add up. And I'm like, that doesn't track. And then I was so confused, and he's talking about the Stanley Cup, and apparently that's not the game we were playing. That's for a different game of hockey. And so we were playing football, which is the Super Bowl, and that's a totally different Stanley Cup. And it's not the same. It's a cup though, I think. Still. The Super Bowl is still a cup. But it's not the Stanley Cup. That's for hockey. That's what I learned. And then the tight end, but he catches the ball, which is also called the receiver. So then I don't understand. And then he was like, whenever you have the offensive line, apparently those are the guys that are, the offensive line are the guys that are trying to stop the guys from tackling them. So then there's like the guy with the ball, and then why does he throw it between his legs? And he says, ha, ha, ha. And he throws it between his legs, and then the guy behind him catches it. And then he's supposed to like throw it or whatever. And then when he throws it, then the tight end, who's apparently on the book end of the offensive, whatever, the line guys, and then he has to go catch the ball. But like, why is he responsible for catching the ball? Why don't they all work together to try and catch the ball? But apparently they are all supposed to attack the defensive line and say, no, you're not tackling me today. And then everybody chooses someone to tackle or to block so that they can't get tackled. And then apparently you're not allowed to tackle somebody if they don't have the ball, which I would just be tackling everybody I synced. And so everybody just like, okay, you pick this guy, and like everybody just points to a guy, and then they all just tackle them. Then the other guys cannot tackle them, but apparently that's against the rules. It's a whole big thing. I don't understand. I just feel like I don't understand why you get in trouble for tackling them if that's what you're supposed to do. It just doesn't make sense. Yeah, and you can't. Yeah, and then every time they made a touchdown, I was cheering I was like, this is wonderful. And they were like, no, that's not the team we're going for. And I was like, I just don't know what the teams were or what they're. Duchess, do you have to breathe like a dragon? I just don't know what the teams were. And then they apparently there was a big, so like in T-ball, right? When you are winning by so much, then the other team's like, we're just embarrassing you at this point. Like, let's stop. In football, they don't do that. Like they will let you win by all the points. Like, good for you. Like, you earned those points, right? So apparently the not our team guys, like the team that I was not supposed to be rooting for, they were doing really good, which I didn't watch the end of the game, so I don't know who won, and I don't care, but I feel like those guys probably did win if you were just looking at the timing or whatever and when I went to bed, but because there's no way the other guys could have probably caught up, but I still don't understand the football, and I don't understand what Taylor's husband does. And my friends were wearing shirts that said, go Taylor's boyfriend or husband. It said boyfriend, so it must be her boyfriend, and I don't know if that's why we were cheering for that team. But I wasn't cheering for any team. I don't know what was going on. And then my friend was like, you're totally exaggerating. Like, you've got to be joking. And I was like, yep. Yeah. I was not exaggerating. I didn't know what was happening. Anyways, so that happened. And it gives me anxiety. So I'm sorry. Anyway, so I said all that to say, this is my makeup look for the day. I'm sorry to talk about sports ball. Thank you, Mandy. We're being a nice person. Yeah, my friend was like, are you coming over for this the sports ball game? And she said the Super Bowl. And I was like, yeah, nope, not coming. Like, no thanks. No. And then she's like, I have football cookies. And sure enough, I went there because snacks, and there was football cookies and pulled pork, which was delicious. So it's fine. That's why I went for the snacks. It was delicious. Anyway, so here we are. So if you want a free color match for this makeup, and I hope you don't ask me for football advice, but if you do, good luck. Anyways, get a free color match. Just comment the word match, and then I'll help you figure out what your shades are. And comment the word cozy to get this little booger with all these 3 shades, the shades of the season, and then the brush cleaning tile. So I used these 2 shades today. This one's really pretty too. I could probably slap that on there, but I won't because I don't want to confuse everybody. But anyways, really cute. So try these colors at home and see if you don't get inspired by them or something. So, okay, I love you guys. I'm sorry about the football thing. I got anxiety and then I'm an overshare. So that happened. ADHD right here. Okay, I love you guys. I hope you have a great day. Bye.